Brothers and sisters, friends, neighbors, we are so excited to have you here. My name is Blaine Evanson. I'm the president of the Laguna Niguel stake of the Church of Jesus Christ of Latter-day Saints. And it's an honor and a pleasure to welcome you all here for this Crystal Apple Award ceremony. I'm going to introduce to you those who are seated with us here on the stand and then announce the program, and we can get started. I'll begin in no particular order. We have here, let me first just acknowledge what a blessing it is to have so many members of the community, elected officials, members of the school board here with us, interfaith leaders. This is such a blessing to bring us all together to do something so important, to recognize these wonderful teachers who bless the lives of all the young people in this area. So thank you for being here to show your support. We have with us here on the stand Ross Chun, Aliso Viejo Mayor, Mike Munzing, Aliso Viejo Councilman, Elaine Genneway, Laguna Niguel Mayor, Noel Hatch, Laguna Woods Councilman, Ed Tao, Laguna Woods Councilman, Don Sedgwick, Laguna Hills Councilman, Martha McNicholas, Capistrano Unified School District Board President, Krista Castellanos, Capistrano Unified School District Vice President, Judy Bullockus, Capistrano Unified School District Board Member, Bill Hinds, Laguna Hills High School Principal, Brad Baker, Dana Hills High School Principal, and we have Reverend Lester McKenzie of the St. Mary's Episcopal Church, and Monsignor John Urell of St. Timothy Catholic Church. So a very special thank you to all these wonderful representatives from the community to join us here today. Our program will proceed as follows. We'll first hear the national anthem from Lily Gabora of the Laguna Beach High School. We'll have an opening prayer by Reverend McKenzie of St. Mary's Episcopal Church in Laguna Beach. And at that point, I'm going to turn the rest of the program over to someone who you will recognize from television, and that's Chuck Henry of NBC4 Los Angeles. So with that, we will hear the national anthem.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say, does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
It is good to be here. Tell somebody next to you it's good to be here. I'll share the song shared with me by Mamsini from the Big Island. Ho'onani kamakuama ke ki me ke ku aneno ke akuama o'oma ika ipu ko ke au ko ke la au. Praise God, from whom our blessings flow. We give thanks that we gather tonight to celebrate these wonderful educators. I give thanks that you call us by name, God. In this time of holy joy, that we lift up and recognize these Students' Choice Awards for the Crystal Apple Awards as they share and shape their minds, their hearts with love for the gift of learning. May we continue to move out in the world, being agents of love in a world in need of love. And may we continue to be inspired by these educators with their passion, with their love. All this we lift up in the name of Jesus, because I know you love it when we pray. Amen.
Whenever I hear Hawaiian, I immediately think of my lovely wife. We were married over there decades and decades ago, when people were still going over by ship. No, not quite that bad, not quite that bad. Well, first of all, I got to tell you what a pleasure it is to be here and to help you celebrate the Crystal Apple Award winners. I was, however, totally confused when I came into the church, the chapel, because all I saw were golden apples. So I thought for sure I was in the wrong place. And then I saw an apple which was kind of a bluish color apple. And so then it was explained to me that the color silver apple doesn't really translate so well, so they did the golden apple. But it's perfect, it's great. And I want to congratulate Lily, am I correct? What a tremendous rendition of the national anthem. You really have a talent. Let's hear it again for Lily here. How many of you know what this week is? Not so many, right? Well, as I was preparing for this, I realized that this is a special week, and it really coincides with what we're doing here tonight, because this is National Teacher Appreciation Week. Actually, it starts tomorrow. It runs for, am I correct? It runs for 1 week, and the actual day that we honor our teachers will be on Tuesday, correct? And so maybe something special is going to happen. But anyway, I was thinking about this, and I love to do things by the numbers, and so I just came up with a couple of interesting little tidbits here I thought I might share with you. That there were approximately 3.2 million public school teachers in the United States. Amazing number there. Now this you will enjoy because, well, you'll see why. Nearly a third of those teachers, 29.2%, are over the age of 50. Whoa, okay. Has anybody here had a teacher over the age of 50? Thank you. That means in a few years, we're going to have to replace all those teachers, right? Like 15 years? I don't want you to leave early, but it's, you know. Okay, and which ties into this next number, which I found, which is the projected demand for high school teachers in the next 10 years. This is the demand. Will increase over what we currently have by 8.5%. And the interesting thing about that is the national average for all jobs everywhere is only 8%. So this is 8.5%. Let me see. Do I have one other one here? No, I think that should do it. For those who don't know, let me remind you that the Crystal Apple Awards are a special way for school students in Aliso Niguel, Laguna Beach, and if you're from any of these cities, please let me know. I'll go over again. Aliso Niguel. Thank you. Laguna Beach, Laguna Hills, over here in this corner, and Dana Hills. Thank you. They brought the entire cheer squad. I like that. Okay, that's good. And this is an opportunity for us to recognize and thank our teachers, our coaches, counselors, and staff. Anybody who's really had a positive impact on your lives and as adults on our lives as well. As a community, we're obviously grateful for their service. They're extraordinary mentors who really go above and beyond giving instruction and guidance to their teachers. There's a lot more to being a teacher, and I'm sure we all look forward to recognizing them. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just list off the award winners, and if you just stand up, we're going to hear from these folks a little bit later, just so we all get a chance to see who they are, and then you can go ahead and hold off your applause until everybody gets up, okay? So we'll start off with Dana Hills High School, Steve Arizabal. Where is Steve? Did I mess up your name? You're good. Are you sure? Yes. Okay, you tell me if I mess it up here. And Nathan Langdon. Yes. Okay, Laguna Hills High School, Joseph McGriff. Joseph's on the end. Aliso Viejo High School, Jason Harney, Albert Chung, and Christina Sepe. Thank you. And Laguna Beach High School, Sean Quigley and Rochelle De Leon. And there we have them. Okay, give them all a nice round of applause. Thank you. Thank you, thank you. Okay, and I'll give you kind of an idea. We're going to hear from Mayor Ross Chung of Aliso Viejo, and then we're going to hear from the board president of CUSD, and that would be Martha McNicholas. And after we hear from them, we're going to go right into the awards presentation. All right. Mayor.
Thank you very much, and what a thrill to be on the stand with Chuck Henry. And what a thrill to be here to share in this ceremony during Teacher Appreciation Week, and also I'll mention one other thing. It was so nice to hear the doxology in Hawaiian on the first day of Asian American Pacific Heritage Month. I'm so grateful to be here and to share this evening. This is the first time in many years because normally this ceremony takes place on the night of our city council meeting. So my colleagues on the council, including Councilmember Mike Munzing, have not been able to attend until tonight for several years. So I want to say thank you very much to all of the students who worked so hard to submit their nominations, and thank you to these educators, these wonderful educators who are guiding our youth and planning for the future. Thank you all very much.
My name tag? Okay, thank you. I'm thrilled to be here. This is my favorite time of year because this is awards season and final concert season and spring play season, and it just reinforces all the wonderful things that are going on at our schools. But this event in particular is where the student voice gets to be heard in recognition of the wonderful adults on the campus that have inspired them. Because we have many Teachers of the Year things, and where people apply for a recognition or apply for an award, but this comes from other people. This comes from our students, really recognizing the influential people on their campus. So that's why this event in particular, and this award in particular, is so special. Thank you all for coming, and thank you all for what you do for our kids. Thanks.
Whoa. That is very cool. Okay. Oh, God. Dear Steve Arizabal, first of all, I want to thank you for being the most nicest, kindest, and caring human being ever. I still remember my first day of public school. I was scared but excited at the same time. Steve was the first person I introduced myself to, and he said, "Welcome to Dana Jose. Make sure you have a great day." For the people that don't know Steve, he has been a proctor at Dana Hills High School for over 20 years. On September 21, 1987, he came to the United States of America from the Philippines at age 25. He became a proctor at Niguel Elementary School because of Principal Suzanne McGockney. She inspired him to be a proctor and taught him everything he knows. I may say he does a phenomenal job. He wanted to be a proctor to be closer to his daughter and watch her grow up to be the amazing 27-year-old she is right now. To Steve, family means the entire world, and he would do absolutely anything for them. He said that Dana is the second closest thing as a family, and he loves Dana so much. I feel so honored to be a part of that. Steve's favorite memory that happened while being a proctor is watching girls fall off the golf cart because they were flirting with boys and doing their makeup on the golf cart while not paying attention to the road. Steve is a very smart man. He gives great advice about life, school, and also makes jokes to put a smile on kids' faces every single day, and never misses to make me laugh. Something about him doing that each morning makes me happy. Wait. Lyra Cabrera, a student at Dana Hills High School, says, "Steve always says hi to me and my mother each morning and always checks if I have my morning coffee." She says, "Something about him doing that each morning makes me happy and makes me want to come to school." Davia Serrano, another student from Dana Hills High School, states that she thinks it's crazy that a proctor knows everyone's names and always makes them smile on their way into school. One of my favorite memories with Steve is he always gives me compliments after each performance I do at school. For those that don't know, I'm a cheerleader and a dancer at Dana Hills. Steve claims that I am the best dancer with the best moves out on the floor. Much appreciation, Steve. Sorry, cheerleaders in the back. Steve works hard every single day, but like any other human, being on his time off, he enjoys playing Xbox One and spending time with his family. Steve, you should add me on Fortnite. He likes to travel to the Philippines and any beautiful tropical islands when he has a chance to. So Steve, wherever life takes you or whatever you decide to do after being a proctor, just know you made an impact on my life and other kids at Dana Hills High School and Laguna Niguel Elementary School. Next year in college, I will miss your jokes and your funny comments. I will forever cherish our memories that we had over the past 3 years. Thank you, Steve.
No, you come here. Thank you, everybody, fellow nominees and guests. Thank you very much. And, of course, the cheerleaders of Dana Hills. And track and field are here. And Lily, you rock the song. I love it. Thanks, everybody. Have a good night. You guys are the best answer.
Tonight, I have the honor of introducing my teacher, Nathan Longden. Mr. Longden teaches theater arts at Dana Hills High School and has worked as a walk-on coach and teacher at Laguna Beach High School, UCLA summer programs, union districts, and local theaters over the past 15 years. He grew up in Dana Point, graduated from Dana Hills High School, and studied theater with an emphasis in music at UCLA. He enjoys cooking and having dining experiences as well as teaching. Mr. Longden loves being able to see the growth in his students on a micro level, encouraging them to take risks and step out of their comfort zone. His students get such joy from bonding with him each and every day, and he loves being able to be someone students can talk to, even if the conversation is uncomfortable, and being able to give his students a response that is honest and supportive. For me, Mr. Longden has been an incredible teacher, role model, and friend. When I first joined his theatrical production class, I was very unsure of myself, and I often doubted that I belonged in his class. He saw my potential and encouraged me to take a leap of faith and try something new, and I'm beyond grateful for that. Mr. Longden has taught me to find confidence in myself, and through his encouragement, he has not only allowed me to find someone that I love, but be confident in everything that I do each and every day. He is bright, fun, caring, and I'm blessed to have him in my life. My peers and I all feel this way, and as a special message, I ask the seniors of our class to tell us how Mr. Longden has impacted them.
Mr. Longden has been so influential in my life. He's been a great mentor, teacher, teaching me how to work on set and film and singing. Thank you, Mr. Longden.
Mr. Longden has been an incredibly supportive teacher throughout all my years of high school. He's really helped me get out of my comfort zone and do better at acting.
Mr. Longden is always supportive, and he always comes to class with a smile on his face, no matter what is going on. He's always smiling.
Mr. Longden's level of personal connection is unmatched, and that helps his students learn so much.
Mr. Longden inspires me to create art and do what I love every single day.
I love Mr. Longden. He's the most passionate teacher I've ever had, and he gave me so many opportunities to express my talent. I love you so much, Mr. Longden.
I've always appreciated Mr. Longden's ability to foster a community here at Dana, and thank you for all the work that you've done with me personally.
Mr. Longden has always pushed me to be a better actor and a better person, and he's an amazing example and a really good mentor to all of us.
I've known Mr. Longden for 4 years. He was first my social PE teacher my freshman year, and now he's my actor's rep and my theatrical teacher. He has been the best role model, the best teacher, and the best friend. He has helped me achieve all of my goals in high school and has truly, truly made my high school experience better.
Thank you so much.
It is my honor to give Mr. Longden his award.
There's a video. Like, what? Thank you guys. Thank you so much, all the other people nominated and our honored guests here as well. Thank you all for supporting us so much. We have the best job ever. As you can see, every day is something super special. Excuse me. There's a video. Anyway, every day is something super special, and I wouldn't change it for the world. I'm one of the luckiest people ever, and your kids are the most amazing people I've ever met in my life, so thank you all.
Hello, I'm Luke, and I'm a senior at Laguna Beach High School, and I'm on the varsity golf team. Tonight, I'm proud to present the Crystal Apple Award to my coach for the past 4 years, Coach Chun Quigley. Coach grew up in Laguna Beach and went to Servite High School and then transferred over to Laguna Beach after his sophomore year. After high school, he graduated from UC Santa Barbara with a degree in political science and a degree in business economics. Here's where he had his first coaching job, where he coached Little League. But it wasn't until 2008 that he naturally found his way back to Laguna Beach and started coaching golf at the high school, where his wife is also a math teacher. Here, Coach Quigley was an assistant coach for both the boys and girls team. In 2017, after much hard work, he took over as the head coach for the boys team. Now, starting this fall, Quigley will also be the head coach for the girls team. I don't know anyone else who is more deserving for this role other than Coach Quigley. Not only is Coach Quigley an awesome coach, but he's an awesome mentor and an awesome person. I remember earlier this season, we just finished up a match in Huntington Beach, and our team shot one of the best scores we've shot the whole year. We all wanted to celebrate and get some Mickey D's afterwards, so we got in the team van, and we were hyping ourselves up with just talking about how awesome those French fries and chicken nuggets are. And as soon as we got to Mickey D's, Coach kept driving by. And we immediately noticed and we said, Coach, what are you doing? We just passed Mickey D's. He didn't say a word for about 5 minutes, and we pulled into this restaurant called Dave's Chicken. Here is where our tolerance for spicy food was put to the test with powdered covered chicken, sliders, and chicken strips. I'll tell you right now, the chicken was not that great. But our team will always share that memory of sweating it out in a random fast food chicken restaurant. I'm grateful for Coach and his love for the sport and his love for this team. Sean Quigley is one of the hardest working people I know. I'm happy for you, Coach, and I'm happy that you're my friend. I'm sure the whole team would agree when I say this, that our lives wouldn't be the same without you, and thanks for being there for us the past 4 years. Thanks, Coach.
Well, I'm going to put in my vote that I have the best job in the world. I think that might be a common theme tonight. I'm a walk-on coach at Laguna Beach High School, and I really want to thank Luke for nominating me for this position, or this award, the boys golf team who supports me, and helped the school, I guess, get my name out, because I don't know that many people at the school know who I am. But I am very grateful they selected me for this award. I want to also thank my wife, Valerie Quigley. She gets the privilege of being a coach's spouse, which sometimes isn't the easiest thing in the world. She gets to hear about all of our ups and downs through the season, through the postseason, through the off season, through the preseason. You know, just in general, the scuttlebutt about what's going on. And I know that that's not easy sometimes. And so, Valerie, I love you, and thank you very much. I'd like to thank the Crystal Apple Award committee members and the church in general for providing these awards to the community. I think it's often overlooked that there are significant role models throughout the community that our kids can look to. It starts with the parents, it then can progress, and a lot of times the youth ministers in our churches and synagogues and places of worship take up that role, in addition to the teachers and the coaches and the educators in the community. And one of the reasons I love coaching and think it is one of the best jobs you can do is that you get to influence their lives. I had the privilege of having several teachers and coaches who were a big influence on my life, and that's why I do coaching. I want to give back to them. So, thank you.
So we brought 3 people.
Yeah. Miss Rachel De Leon holds many, if not all, qualities of one who receives this award. Her inspiring journey began at University of Arizona and later Pacific Coast College for nursing. After training nursing assistants and being advised by a mentor of her own, she decided to pursue a newfound passion for teaching. Miss Rachel truly has a gift for teaching. Her ability to engage with students is phenomenal and is evident through our reactions to the shock and awe of healthcare. Teaching healthcare comes with random sprouts of questions during lessons. Not only is she able to manage our bursts of curiosity, but she does it with such ease and excitement, no matter how weird our questions may be.
I speak for all our students when I say that she shows such genuine love and care for each and every one of us. She always ensures that we're feeling well when we look down. The classroom we all love to go in isn't just a classroom, but it's a family. She has shown so much determination, which is shown through teaching an impressive variety of subjects, including medical terminology, medical assisting, medical hospital occupation. She also teaches for an LVN program theory and medical core, which we all feel really fortunate to be in.
Miss Rachel truly cares about her students. She dedicated an extraordinary amount of time, of her personal time, to write over 35 letters of recommendation just this year. Every single letter she wrote, she poured her heart into. She never declines helping another student in any way possible. Miss Rachel truly is my favorite teacher, and there's no doubt in my mind that she absolutely deserves this recognition. She always puts herself before others. She helps each and every one of her students with their personal issues, whether it's physical or mental. She relates to her students on a personal level that many other teachers aren't able to do. This makes her deserving of this award. Thank you for absolutely everything you have taught me this year. Also, I better see some photos from Europe this summer.
Good evening. I'm Rachel Friedman de Leon, and wow, what a privilege this is to get a crystal apple. One of the things that's so unique about teaching, I was actually wanting to be a nurse or a doctor, but something in medicine. And this is 30 years now that I've been a nurse. And about 25 years ago, I got the opportunity from it was called Capistrano Laguna Beach ROP, but now it's called College and Career Advantage. Most of you would hear it's just called ROP. One of the things that makes a difference in education is bringing something about work into the classroom. So for me, I bring really gross stuff, and they have to kind of get their fears to go away. So these fine ladies have many experiences, one being that they could take your vital signs in a very quick amount of time. They know their blood type. They know how to start an IV. What else? You could save a life. So to me, having a little bit of me that they could hear in their ears saying, is this the right thing to do? What would Miss Rachel say? So one of the things that means a lot to me is that trickles down to a patient one day, that they've been inspired in high school, in a classroom, that they got to kind of do some really awkward and kind of gross things, but it's really exciting that you could do this to save somebody's life. And so I'm really privileged that I get to do this at Laguna Beach High School. And thank you very much. Thank you.
When I get nervous, I talk really fast, so I apologize in advance. I am so excited to tell you a little bit about Mr. Harney. He's an OC native, and his mom was a teacher, so he grew up seeing teaching as a great profession. He first joined choir at Fountain Valley High School at the urging of his sister, and it seems to me he decided to stick with it. He says once he got into choir, he really found that he loves making music with other people, and he wanted to help other people experience the same joy, which I think is super cool. He attended Orange Coast College and later Chapman University, where he studied music education, vocal emphasis, and choral conducting. Mr. Harney has taught at several schools, most currently at Aliso Viejo, and this is now his 26th year teaching. Mr. Harney also loves his family very much. He has been married to his wife, Mindy, for 25 years. Together they have 6 kids, 4 daughters, and 2 sons. He loves spending time with his family, whether it's at the beach, the pool, or playing ultimate frisbee. And since high school, Mr. Harney has been an avid body surfer at the Wedge, which I think is really cool. Mr. Harney is easily one of my favorite teachers I've ever had. The only reason I don't say he's the best is because I've been homeschooled, and I'm pretty sure I get grounded if I didn't say my mom was the best teacher I've ever had. Here's the thing, what makes Mr. Harney different from other teachers I've had is that he truly loves what he teaches. And not only that, he loves teaching it. He's the kind of person whose love for music makes others want to love it too, and we can feel that he really does like teaching us, which makes a huge difference. For a lot of us, choir is one of the few things that we really look forward to in school, and that's because of Mr. Harney. He makes us feel he wants us to be there, which is something we don't get to feel a lot in high school. Another thing I love is that all the music we sing is, of course, awesome, but when we dive deep into what we're singing, it is always something with a meaningful message or story. Because Mr. Harney has us try to embody what we were singing, these ideas have an impact on the way we sing and also changes how I personally feel while singing, or even when I'm not singing, just chilling with the rest of the choir. Those feelings I get when singing or just being around the other people in choir makes me just feel happy. Again, this is something rare in a classroom. Mr. Harney is a light in a place with a lot of darkness, and I know I feel so grateful and refreshed to have a break from all the negativity around. A little while ago, Mr. Harney was unexpectedly gone for a week, right before one of our concerts. We had a great sub, a hardworking student leadership, but during that time, we all realized that to really be choir, we needed Mr. Harney. We were all so stoked when he came back because we realized that Mr. Harney is what makes choir so special and fun.
Mr. Harney is amazing, and he has given all of us choir kids something that will make our high school experience special forever. To me, that's something that deserves recognition. Congratulations, Mr. Harney.
Thank you, Tess. I used to be accused of talking fast. Now I don't feel so bad. First, I'd like to thank God for having the chance to spend time with my students every day and throughout the years to make music with them. And as Tess mentioned, kind of have a unique opportunity during their school day to do something different, where there are no screens allowed ever, and we put everything away and we just sit together and we make music, and it's a very organic and human activity, which I think is important, and the kids need that in their lives. Also, as Tess mentioned, I want to thank my wife, Mindy, who's here with 5 of our kids. Thank you, Mindy. You're awesome. What a wonderful person you are. Couldn't be a more loving and supportive wife. And thankfully, she has a degree in music, too, so she understands what I go through at school and trying to teach the music as well. And thanks, kids. 5 of my kids are here, too. So just wanted to say, again, a little plug for the arts. You notice a lot of us up here are arts teachers, right? And we have a unique opportunity to be kind of in a different relationship with our students, because we're not just giving them information, but we go on stage with them, we perform with them, and we have a lot more of a less academic type of endeavors that we enjoy together. So it's been tough on our classes the last couple of years. It's no question hard to teach anything through a Zoom class, but teaching choir, you can imagine, is uniquely horrifying. So we're glad to be back and rebuild our programs, and thank you so much to you community leaders. Thank you so much, and to the church for your support and giving these out. I'm just very grateful. Appreciate it. Thank you.
Good evening, everyone. I'm Leanne Radia-Dean, and I'm a junior at Aliso Viejo High School, and I will be speaking on behalf of Mr. Jung. Mr. Jung, a graduate from Cal State Long Beach, has taught instrumental music and physical education for almost 32 years now, and at 2 high schools, Aliso Niguel and Capistrano Valley High School. He was originally not planning to major in music, but was influenced to pursue his career in his sophomore year of college after having hands-on experience coaching bands and orchestras at several music camps and local high schools. I want to begin by saying that Mr. Jung is not your typical high school orchestra teacher who is solely focused on simply playing and performing music. He advocates so much more than that. He wants all his students not to be better musicians, but to be better people, because in the end, that's what truly matters. No one is going to focus on that F sharp you miss while performing, but who they know you as. However, Mr. Jung would most definitely get on your case for missing that F sharp. He does not just go through the motions, but he works efficiently and effectively to get the most work done in the least amount of time. Of course, while still making class very enjoyable. But part of this efficiency is due to the fact that he is, to quote one of his students, brutally honest. He will not sugarcoat our playing, but instead will blatantly tell us the truth, because to lie will only do us more harm than good. One story that he shared was how he got his first job. I will spare you guys the details for Mr. Jung to tell you himself, but he was an underqualified applicant, though I assure you with very good recommendations, out of around 30 other applicants applying to teach marching band at Capistrano Valley High School. Throughout his interview, he remained honest and even told the principal that he does not think he is qualified for the position, and goes on to say that the only reason for hiring him would be because he most likely is the cheapest option. Nevertheless, Mr. Jung gets called in to teach the marching band and was the only candidate who told the class to stop talking when they were being loud and disrespectful. Due to his honesty, Mr. Jung got the job. His character is simply outstanding, and there is no other way to describe it. According to Gianna Besmonte, Mr. Jung's passion for music is infectious, and I second that. He is a role model for all, both musically and in life in general. Whenever he plays, it's always at 100% capacity, no matter what. Even at 7 a.m. in the morning, he's already up and ready to conquer the world. He always pushes us to our to do our very best no matter what. He even has several inspirational quotes hung up on his wall and urges us not to take the path of least resistance. He does not teach us to just get the job done, but to always put in our best effort, because it does not make sense to just put in half the effort. According to Mr. Jung, it should be a habit to always put in 100% effort in everything you do, no matter what. His power and his energy succeeds in influencing his students, including myself, to be ready for any circumstance, no matter the time and no matter the class. Sometimes the music is especially difficult, and when that is the case, he does not just sit and stare and give up, but tells us some inspirational story to fire us up. Or, according to Rajpal, he will make us laugh to lighten the mood with creative stories ranging from his imaginary dog Ruffles to being undercover in Japan. Trust me, he does not waste time, but gets right down to business. Even with his very busy schedule, he makes time to mountain bike, swim, and hike. As inspired by his 8th grade PE teacher, Mr. Wei, Mr. Jung advocates leading a healthy lifestyle. He also rarely watches TV and claims to make his own reality, because that is who he is. He is not someone who waits, but is the first to get things done. Through his actions, he has inspired us all and has made us all better people. Mei Rao speaks for all of us when she says, "I have learned so much from Mr. Jung." He has this drive and motivation that makes him unforgettable and is by far one of the greatest teachers I have ever had. On that note, thank you, Mr. Jung, for your time and dedication at Aliso Viejo High School, and we all wish you the best of luck in starting a new chapter at San Juan Hills. They are very lucky to have you. Thank you.
Thank you. It's such a great, great honor. Of all the Crystal Apple Awards I've received in my career, this is the most special. It is my first one. People have asked me, how many years have you been teaching? And I always tell them, this is my first year. They said, no, we know you've been teaching for a while. I said, this is the first year of the teacher I am today. I always reflect, and I always ask of myself the same I ask for my students. Try to be a little bit better person every day. And I always think of the teacher I was last year, and even this year I start planning ahead for next year. That guy was clueless. Why did they ever let him teach students? And I believe that every day, if we want our students to be better, we have to be better first. And I think about a lot of things about what my goal is as an educator. We always say, oh, we have to teach the right material. We have to make sure that all these things happen. But I think being an effective teacher and a good teacher is the same as being a great parent. You have to care more each and every day. And my goal is to care a little bit more every day I teach. And I hope the last day I teach will be the day that I care the very most. Because as parents, we know we don't always get an instruction manual, we don't always get the right advice, but we care so much and we make it happen somehow. We've had to make adjustments in teaching these past 2 years, and we do it because we know that, because we care. And I hope that at the end of the day, when the students say, what do we get out of Mr. Jung's class? I hope they can say that, you know what, that guy cared, and you know what, and I hope they can say we're all a little bit better off as people for being in his class. So again, it's been a great honor, and as I echo all the other teachers before me, I wouldn't trade this for the world. This is the greatest life, and I'm the lucky one, and so this has been a great honor. Thank you, everybody.
Hello everyone, my name is Spencer Bowley, and I nominated Miss Sepe for the Crystal Apple Award, and I appreciate Miss Sepe because she's a dedicated teacher and has a super fun class. One of my favorite memories is the weather report in the morning. We say it in Spanish, and it's a daily thing, and it is so fun and all the kids love it. Also another one, when the kids answer a question right, Miss Sepe bangs on the bell in laughter, knowing that she is so proud of them that they got the answer right. She loves teaching and is excited. One of my favorite memories as well, that replicates this, is when she danced to Spanish music in front of the entire class. I feel that the classroom is inviting and has an educational environment with posters on the wall with Spanish mottos and all sorts of cool stuff. Sometimes, even after we finish our homework, she'll ask us if we want to help. And we're able to move banners around and stuff, and we all love it. She asks us too, because she doesn't want us to not like it. Another my favorite part is the different lessons. Each day we have a different lesson, and it's different from the rest. It's not the same mundane thing. It's new, it's exciting, and we like going to that class. That is one of my favorite parts. It's amazing to have a class like that. Ms. Sepe's background is she's been teaching for 17 years, and she wanted the job because she wanted to use her Spanish in a job where she could teach kids. And she finds her job more enjoyable as she gets into her career. She loves to travel. She loves her daughter's water polo games and family movie nights. Her favorite place to travel to is El Salvador, and she makes sure everybody knows it by sharing it with us each class, her trips and what it's like. She really likes quality family time, and I can tell because she treats her class like a family. Ms. Sepe's assignments are enjoyable, they're creative, they're personal, and they're sociable. The family tree was my favorite. We oftentimes work in groups, do walking word searches, Quizlets with friends. I even get excited to share my slideshows with my family. I even practice Spanish for fun on a daily routine. Spanish class brings a smile to my face. I look forward to Spanish now because of the experience in the Sepe. I'm thankful to present the Crystal Apple Award to Christina Sepe. Thank you, Ms. Sepe.
I just want to thank the church and Spencer for nominating me. This is a great honor. I am a Spanish teacher, and I absolutely love Spanish and anything to do with El Salvador, and I really try to infect that in my students, as some of my students here know. But thank you so much. I really appreciate it. It's been an honor to be here tonight with all these amazing teachers, and thank the community. Thank you. Thank you, Spencer. Thank you.
Man, after all these speeches, I feel like I was way too serious in mine. Right. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Michael Bonney, and I am a sophomore at Laguna Hills High School. And I was asked to share a little bit of information about Coach Joseph McGriff. So Coach McGriff was born in Glendale, Arizona, and moved to Huntington Beach around 7 years old. He has one sister who is 2 years older than him and enjoys spending time with all his family members. He attended California Lutheran University and received a bachelor's degree in English. After that, he attended Concordia University in Irvine for his teaching credential and master's degree. Currently, he is halfway through his doctorate degree at CUI as well. He has taught 9 years at Laguna Hills High School, teaching not only volleyball, English, but special education and reading intervention. What interested him into becoming a teacher were his parents. They were both teachers and inspired him to teach and help others. He also spent 6 years in youth ministry and 5 summers in camping ministry. After all of this, he decided that the classroom would be the right place for him. Some of his favorite things to do include playing beach volleyball, collecting and playing musical instruments, playing games with friends such as Dungeons and Dragons, coaching volleyball, writing, and spending time with his family. Some of his favorite places to go are the beach, amusement parks, skiing in the mountains, and hiking. He has felt very blessed to have lived here in Orange County. His favorite place he has enjoyed to visit the most was New Zealand. One funny story that happened to him was once he had to give the Heimlich maneuver to a choking student at the beginning of class. It luckily worked, but the object that was upon examination was realized that it was a Life-Saver candy, which is specifically made not to be choked on. The first time I met Coach McGriff was last year as a freshman on the Laguna Hills High School volleyball team. What the other students and I like about Coach McGriff is his positive attitude towards everything. He isn't one of those coaches that expect you to do everything perfectly, but is understanding of our mistakes and helps us improve on them. He also knows many different ways to help us and the different drills we can do to improve our skill. What made me decide to nominate him is because of all the positive experiences that I've had with him. Last year, I played on the Frost team, and we only had 6 players due to COVID-19, which is the minimum numbers you need to play. Usually during our games, he would be coaching us from the side, and it was during these times I realized how much Coach McGriff gave us in positivity. When he did something good, he would congratulate us. If he did something bad, he wouldn't get mad at us like some coaches would, but instead would be understanding and say that it's okay, that we can build on it and improve. He always makes us feel good and motivates us to do better. He inspires me with the positivity and willingness to help others, which has made me want to do this myself. This inspiration is what made me decide to nominate him, and I hope to continue to learn from him and follow his example when working with others. Thank you, Coach McGriff.
Thank you, everyone who is here this evening. I'd just like to thank Michael for this award. It's ironic how sometimes the timing of these things can be so perfect. In the midst of what might be one of the toughest seasons I've ever had to coach, I received this award from Michael. And Michael's a perfect person to exemplify our team at Laguna Hills. Regardless of our record, our mantra is to always become a better athlete, a better person, and a better teammate. And those are things that I see exemplified in Michael. He is always working harder at becoming better at volleyball, but more importantly, becoming better with his teammates and becoming a better person. And I encourage all of us to do that and follow his example, because I think if there were more people like that, the Crystal Apple Award could be something that could be shared for everyone, because this is something that shows when we care about those around us, we can truly make a difference. Thank you, everyone here, and thank you, Michael.
Congratulations to all of you, and the presenters did an excellent job, don't you think? So what I would like to do now is, if there's anyone in the audience who has been a previous Crystal Apple winner, stand up, or anybody who's ever been nominated for this award, would you please stand? And while they're standing, a nice round of applause for them and our current Crystal Apple Award winners. Please stand one more time. That's great. You know, I detect in listening to them tonight a theme running through all of this, which is these teachers and countless other teachers truly love what they do. And I got to tell you, for you students, if you can find a profession where you can stand up and say year after year, I love what I do, you're in the right place at the right time. Teaching is by far one of the noblest professions in the world. And as we've seen here tonight, one that appeals really to a special type of person. A person who is truly concerned about others and has a desire to touch the lives of their students somehow, some way. To leave them better than they were when they entered the classroom. I think the richest reward comes when they can see growth and development in their students. Now, I'll let you in on a secret. My youngest daughter is a teacher. And despite my best efforts to get her into a career in television, I tell you, teachers are very perceptive. Even before they become teachers, they become perceptive. And she quickly learned, after a summer working on a very successful game show, she learned this. She learned that success and satisfaction is not something that comes in a TV game show. It's not something that comes from a game of chance led by some glib, well-dressed host and neatly wrapped in 30 minutes. When she chose to become a teacher, and when these fine teachers behind us chose the same, I'm sure they experienced something much, much more rewarding. I think maybe it happens every time a student who has been struggling with some concept utters two words: I understand. And when those words are uttered, they're repaid countless times. When we teach, we listen. And when we listen, we learn. Thank you all. We're going to ask Monsignor Urel of St. Timothy's Catholic Church in Laguna, Niguel to offer our benediction.
Before I pray, if I could share this with you. 55 years ago, I met a teacher at Tustin High School. And that teacher I speak with about every week now is in his mid-80s, getting more and more feeble as the days go by. I talked to him the other day, and I thanked him then, knowing I was going to be here tonight, for the influence that he was in my life and still is. For growing up without a father, he became a father figure for me. And that's what so many teachers, in my experience, have been parent figures for their students, whether they know it or not. I'm so grateful to God for my friend Dave. Tonight, as we come to this, the end of this evening, on the end of a long weekend, I'd like you to reflect on this question, just for a moment. How can I make a return to the Lord for all the good God has done for me? Might you take a moment of silence and think over the blessings you've experienced just today, and then a final word of blessing. May the Lord bless you and keep you. May the Lord let his face shine upon you and be gracious to you. May the Lord look upon you with kindness and grant you his peace. Amen.
That's it, friends.